Well, this is Rick from Blind Ranger Outdoors. Welcome to another episode. Getting ready to put on the Cheat River in West Virginia. Just below Parsons. Going to do about a 8 or 9 mile run today. Beautiful day. Got my buddy the Kraken, Colonel Waltz over there. I think we're going to have a good day. Water's a little on the low side, but I think we'll be all right. Gonna be warm today.
Trying to hold on. Pretty good now.
So I think we're running right around 400 CFS, maybe a little. Since the water got muddy, it might be over 400 now. Well, Ken just caught the first fish of the trip, but he wasn't real proud of it.
We got a nice one.
Oh, it was there, huh? I thought you already threw it back. Walt got him a big one on.
Got the big one.
All right. Red eye. G-tail. Catch it on G-tail. All right, you're on the board.
Good eating right there, makes my mouth water. I have to eat this one, he's way down in there.
Got a whole flotilla of kayaks down there. 13 or 14? 14 kayaks. A little lunch break. Of course, we got no food for our lunch break. Pretty river. Underrated river, I think. Little sandy beach here. It's the remnants of an old pedestrian, I guess, swinging bridge, wasn't it? Wonder how long ago that went out. I wonder if that was taken out by the 85 flood or before that.
I would say around the 85 flood, and it looks to me like it was bigger than something other than just foot traffic.
So you think it was more than foot traffic?
I think they probably had some small vehicles that could cross that, because it's several feet wide.
Busy day on the river. It's a Saturday. River's been down. Finally came up where it's floatable, so been a ton of kayaks going through. We usually don't float on weekends, but we had to catch it while the water was up. So this section of the cheat has some long, slow pulls. Then you get into some quick water. No real rapids. It's just a little bit of, I don't know, wouldn't even be calling it white water, but a little bit of rapid, fast moving water. And you get to these slow pulls. A mountain up there in the foreground. Oh, I got a full-blown, my chest is totally wet. We had a nice wave come up.
That felt pretty good.
It felt great. Now it's making me think about swimming. Well, there's the St. George Bridge. Takeout's just down here on the right a little bit. Head to camp, have a good night at camp, and then we're going to head back out on the river tomorrow. Not really sure what section we're going to do tomorrow, but we're going to go somewhere. Float was pretty good at whatever the level was, somewhere between 400 CFS and 500 CFS. Wouldn't want to do it much lower than that. We're at the Horseshoe Recreation Area, part of the Monongahela National Forest. It's after our float. Just had dinner, had deer steak, fresh garden vegetables. Getting camp set up, getting ready for bed. My setup, got my war bonnet Superfly, and my war bonnet Ridge Runner hammock. Ken's got his REI tent over there. Horseshoe Run, nice little creek running by our campsite over there. There's Walt's truck, he sleeps in it. And there's Walt and Charlie.
Walt taking Charlie for a little stroll, drink in hand.
He's so quiet, I always forget he's even here.
He's a sweetheart.
What are you doing, Walt? Soaking corn?
I'm soaking the corn. Go some here. Hope they don't float away.
Well, we had a good float yesterday. It was a little warm, probably at least 80 degrees, sunny, no rain. Water level was just what we needed. Any lower, it may have been a problem. So we're trying to decide what we're going to do today, where we're floating today. So after breakfast, we'll have a little discussion, decide where to go. It's supposed to be another beautiful day. So great campsite we have here, right along the creek. A little dark in here, but pretty nice.
Bacon and eggs. Old Charlie smells that bacon. That brought him out of a deep sleep.
Is he? Where is he? Oh, he's right over there.
Hope springs eternal for old Charlie that he'll get a bite of bacon.
Well, it's the morning of our second day on the Cheat River float. Getting ready to put on here at St. George, and we're going to float on down the Hannahsville Ford about 8.5 miles. So water's looking pretty good. So ought to have a good trip. It'll be like 83 degrees today. Water level 485 CFS. There's the gear. We got the Kraken's 158 Old Town Discovery. Walt's got his I think a Old Town Angler kayak. There's the put in. We just put on just a little ways below St. George.
On the board, first thing, first cast.
First cast of the day.
Probably be the best fish I've caught all day.
Ken's got another one. Second cast.
2 casts, 2 fish. Where?
All right. How long do you think he is?
I don't know, you got the ruler up there.
10 inches or better?
I'd say a good 12 anyway.
Nice fish. Where's the rope swing at, Ken? On the left or the right?
Right in front of you.
Oh.
I'll take you right under.
Want me to grab hold and swing?
You want to?
I don't think so. No breeze at all right now, is there?
You're stagnant. Deep ass hole here.
Oh, catches catfish in here.
He doesn't have his net.
He saves that for his honey hole. I'm going to stop for a little lunch break. Nice little rock bar there to get out on. Well, yeah, Kenny saw it. Well, we're back in camp. Had a great float today. Actually caught a lot of smallmouth. Probably don't believe it because my battery ran out, but we really did get into the smallmouth. Nothing big, but we caught a lot of fish today. It was a great float. Loved it. The second half of this trip from Holly Meadows to Hannahsville Ford, the second half was great float. Not a single boater on the river but us. Never saw a soul. It was just a really good float. Well,
That's the beach right here, Rick. Now, this is what you don't want to be careful with, is don't get choked on them beets right there.
So we're having beets and pork loin.
Pork loin and corn on the
Corn on the cob.
In the husk. This silver queen too, boy. Nice looking corn.
Well, it's the morning after our second day on the river. Just having a nice, casual, relaxing morning. Getting ready to have a nice big old breakfast. Had a good dinner last night with Walt's garden vegetables. We had corn on the cob, beets, and pork loin. A really nice evening. Great float yesterday. Couldn't have been any better, really. Just been a really good trip. You see them behind me here is Horseshoe Run. Water's going down quite a bit since we got in here, but we were able to get our 2 days of canoeing in. Yeah, and we're camped at the Horseshoe Run recreation area. It's part of the Monongahela National Forest. It's hard to camp along the Cheat River. It's mostly private land. So pretty much have to float and then drive back to your campsite.